Another silly question.
Yeah.
Is the 2.8-inch display and the capacitive touchscreen, are those the same thing?
Ah, it depends on what you mean by the same thing.
I don't
Okay.
know what I mean.
Well, so um, there is a display unit um, which has a whole bunch of little transistors in it,
Mhm.
and that is a piece of glass. Um, and then there's a circuitry on the back of that, and
That is
then
like the
there is a film on the front of it that does the capacitive touch sensing.
gotcha.
So, from the point of view of the software, there are only two devices. From the
Gotcha.
point of view of you as a user putting this thing together, there's only one device,
Gotcha. Okay.
right? But from the point of view of somebody engineering the whole display module, there
There's two.
is there is the display itself, there is the capacitive touch sensing overlay, there are chips
Mhm.
to read out both of those things and to set the colors for the display by pixel. And then there's a
Mhm.
chip that holds the memory so that you can tell it something and you don't have to keep retelling it what's going on the screen because that takes a lot of
Yeah.
time. Um,
Yeah.
so um, how many parts is it made of? Remember we were talking about the coastline of England?
Yeah, the more you look, the more
The
there
more you look,
is.
the more there is. Yeah,
What's that called again? The
fractal.
fractal. Oh, I always forget that. I'm in the process of digitizing my notes, and I have not gotten there.
Oh
So,
yeah,
so I can't just like control F it. I'm just like,
right.
shoreline theory.
Yeah, we were having a
Fractal.
really intense conversation about something, um, and engineering wise, and one of us asked the other. I forget we were in the lab. They said, "How do I change the volume of a laptop?" And we're like change the volume of the laptop, right? And so they just wanted to change the volume of the speaker on the laptop. Um, but we were all thinking in three dimensions at that point, and it's like
I
I
changed the
I
volume.
don't know how to make a laptop bigger, um, or smaller for that matter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay. So that makes sense that there's two separate ones. And I was like, which one do I use? Probably both.
Yeah,
Probably.
they do different things. One of them shows
Yeah.
you little glowing lights, and the other one responds to when you point your finger on it. Um,
Yeah.
so
Two very different things.
two very different things.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh,
For
and I
now.
need to put in a test code for the beeper too.
Oh, yes. I'll add that to my list. That's why I was a little confused because for when Mike, like in Mike's video, it looks like he's moving documents. That unless it's just like for the sake of the video. But I'm like, Stella must work.
It looks like he's doing what?
Or like it looks like he's actually copying like the files over, like the
Okay.
code.pies. I'm like, I just don't see them. So I don't know if like things changed or he was just like
Oh,
doing it for the
I haven't
video.
watched the video. I have
Okay.
way too many other things to do.
No,
Um,
it totally
so,
makes sense.
so I don't know how clear or not clear that is, but since you are watching it, you could make notes for Mike also and say, "Hey, this part is confusing." Um,
Yeah.
right? And both Mike and I are
Mhm.
doing this on a shoestring. So
Yeah.
having somebody else who can comment from the outside is really important.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why having like a narrative helps versus, I
Mhm.
mean, the video is super helpful because even like I'm writing the narrative and I was like, how does Mike do this? And I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
played the
yeah.
video. But even like if I'm like, now download this, I can link it exactly to where the person like needs it. So they don't have to like scramble, you know?
Right. Or time tag it in the video. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that too.
at this point, when this thing happens, I was confused about XYZ. Um, and later on, I found out that Q and V are, things that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I guess you could never have too many instructions. Well, you can, but it's probably hard to reach that point of having too many instructions.
Well, so the one of the things that I learned actually at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, I did a summer program there one year, was the word
Cool.
entry point. From an educational point of view, an entry
Mhm.
point is some place that somebody with a particular set of experience and skills can get into the concept and the work, right? So if you write instructions and I write instructions and Mike writes instructions, we now have three entry points. So people from
Yeah.
differing skill sets can come in from a bunch of different directions.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
So
Uh,
multiple entry points is
honest,
really important.
yeah. Like I can't imagine somebody with like a ton of experience and expertise would want to look at my instructions and be like, okay, I know what this means.
Well, they might go for the other ones first, but then if they're
Yeah.
confused,
Yeah. That's what I
right?
mean. I'm sure like it makes sense. Like different experiences want to start off with different jumping off points.
Well, but also, just because people have a particular skill set or experience doesn't mean that they want the same entry point, right?
It's true too. Yeah.
Somebody might like the narrative. It might be easier for them to take in the information in the narrative,
Mhm.
even if they have a really high skill background. Maybe
Yeah.
they just like narratives, um,
Yeah.
right?
It's
It feels
true.
more welcoming or explanatory,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
it's not that, and so the thing that I think you're falling into right now is like everybody in this field knows more than I do, and they're all like super equipped and would understand everything instantly. And I'll tell you that's wrong. Um, Everybody comes with a different skill set and a different background and a different set of tendencies. Um,
Mhm.
and people who are really good in their field still have holes in their understanding of things, in their biases about how they look at the world, right? All of those things. So, like, everybody knows more than me is not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It does certainly feel like that a lot of the times, especially because I'm like, I always think of that, like, and I have like an environmental science degree, which I love. I think that's still like what I'm passionate about.
yeah,
But I'm like, man, I must like be just like an outsider.
everybody feels like an outsider.
Okay.
And
That kind of makes me feel
have you heard
better.
of imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's particularly something that I mean everybody falls into imposter syndrome. The thing is, nobody knows what they're doing. What you learn is how to figure out and get what you want done,
Yeah.
right? But that doesn't mean like I'm writing this code and I spent 2 months working on it because it's like I know how to write reasonably decent code at this point. But then it's like, this is a new problem. Otherwise, I wouldn't be writing the program, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
right? This is a new problem. And there are things that I'm going to run into about this. It's like, okay, well, what if I want to display something that says that we've reached the current limit here,
Hmm.
right? When can I make that appear? Where can I put it? How can I fit it into the graphics that I already have? How do I make that happen when I want it to happen? What kind of behavior do I want when the thing is overexposed versus underexposed and it's trying to set
Yeah.
itself? Um, right? All of those are new problems, and by their very nature, science and engineering in particular, but lots of other things is always new.